Hello Gemini, how you doing? Welcome to your Astroflower reading, going from the 30th of September through to the 6th of October. New format on the channel, so if you're looking for the messages and the tarot readings, you can find that directly on linked in the description below. But beforehand, we're going to try things out and we're mixing it up. We're going to see how the energy is affecting your flower, your individual sort of astro flower, and how the elements are affecting you. So before that, and you'll know a lot more about this if you've been watching the energy updates that we've been doing on this channel. You'll know a lot more about that. Here we have the sun of what's been going on in the sun in this week here. You can see that these bright spots here, that's the fire and air energy, mainly fire rather than air, but there is an air component to it as well. And you can also see these dark patches here, which is coronal holes. They are earth energies. The other thing, and that seems to be the main thing, because you can see that there's an eruption just went off there. These wispy lines, these dark wispy lines that go across the surface of the sun, that's all water energies. So they seem to be the main feature. So what we're going to be looking at within your flower is water. But the principal energy at the moment, I think, is coming through is the air energy. And in order to see that, we need to see what is going on with the sun. So over the past week. So here we have the KP index. Why has that got a thumb down? The KP index. I don't know what goes on with that. It keeps doing that. The KP index, which is basically the eruptions of the sun. It's the vibration, it's the background noise that's going on, and it will show you where we do have M flares and X flares, and that's where the fire can possibly come into play. But that hasn't been very present at all for the last 2 weeks. I did say on the energy updates, going back to April and May, that there was going to be an uptick in the vibrations during May and June. It will then die out, it will calm right down, and then kick back in October. And I think it's going to kick back in, that fire is going to come back in between the 6th and the 20th of October. But in the meantime, it's all very calm. But it is gradually, as you can well see here, it's gradually building up. And that's building up that static electricity in the air. Now, that's all sort of mental, because the static electricity, as we know, you just go and rub a balloon and watch your hair stand on end, is very conducive to that sort of air energy, that mental energy that we can have in our lives. So, and as obviously you are an air sign, and it will affect you, and we will be seeing that on your astral flower. The other thing we should be looking at is the KP index. The KP index is equivalent of the aura of the Earth, the magnetic field of the Earth, and that has not really been bothered at all. So that's really sort of calm, as it were. That's putting a little bit more pressure on the atmosphere, that static electricity. So therefore we saw that hurricane in Florida, which was pretty electric. We also got some really gnarly sort of storms heading into northern Europe, into the UK and the north of France. And that static electricity, as I said, I think was still going to be very present in our lives right through up to after the 6th of October. And we'll see what happens in the sun. Make sure you're subscribed and you've got all notifications clicked. So then therefore when you see the energy updates, you'll also be able to see the changes of vibrations that are happening. But it's mainly all to do with the combination between the air and the water energies that is going through your life. So let's just bring up your astro flower. Here we go there. As you can well see, you've got air that goes all the way around you. But within you, there is no air. That is one of the weird things about Gemini. It's what we call a false sign here at the Astro Flower. Now, there is 4 false signs. There's Gemini, there's sort of Cancer, there is Sagittarius, and there's Capricorn. Now, so you actually have more fire in you than you do air. Now, this is because of that air energy and that static electricity. It may create a lot of frustration that is within you. And this is where you've got to be a little bit wary of it all. And certainly with air energy, because it's not air energy, there's nothing solid in air, as it were. It's very electric. And sometimes we can go faster than the rhythm of life. And that's where you've got to be a little bit wary that you don't allow your fires to literally rip you to shreds this week here and pull you from pillar to post and create a lot of frustration within you. This is where meditation comes into play, which would really, really help you. But primarily, it's your connection with the outside world and how you convert that fire into action. This could be incredibly positive for you in a way. Make it incredibly productive. If you have a control over that fire energy that we can see that comes in there, you've got it also down there on all of your sort of petals, down on your base of your flower. But you've got a lot of fire at your base, and it also there works into how you convert the past this into the future. I think there's a little bit more direction within your financial side than on your relationship side. And on your relationship side, it almost feels like you may feel like that kind of going, I want this and this is what I'm going to go after. And I don't care if the world the world around me is presenting something different. This is what I want. And I think you should do that. It may be in contradiction to the world around you, or with humans, as it were, not necessarily the energy, but with humans. And I think you should stick by your guns in that sort of respect and go after what is really passionate for you more than anything else. So it's basically all about the interaction with the world that is around you. So without further ado, let's get into your Astroflower and your tarot reading. So let's bring up the Astroflower there. Here we go. We've got the overall energies, the general energies that are playing into your what you are playing into life. It's earth energies. So you on your relationship side, within you, this is where you get the I want life to be like that, and it's fixed earth as well that comes through you in that section there. So it's really well defined for you, the steps that you need to take. And this is where you've got to be a little bit wary about your fire, your passions, and how you apply them in your life. But you can definitely get the physical results in your relationships that you so desire once you start putting into it your passions. On your financial side, this is where you got the water and fire as well. It's definitely playing into this future self here. And I will allow your passions to give you a direction of where you're going. Allow your passions to be the guiding force and how you convert ideas into reality. So, yeah, look at that. There is a lot of possibilities here. As I said, there is a lot of joy that could be had out of this, and it depends on how you play it more than anything else. So I would, the moment you realize your passions that are within you, you can get some really good results. I think this is where it's mainly tying into your financial side of life more than on your relationship side of life, because you seem to have a lot more sort of space and maneuverability within the world around you. But in your financial side, on your relationship side, I would certainly sort of stick to what makes you happy and combine it with other people around you in order to bring that happiness into the collective consciousness. And then it becomes part of the collective memory as well, and becomes something very solid for you. Good times to be had if you have a control over your passions. Okay, on the karmic path here, seems to be very fiery as well. This is where you get the fixed fire that goes up through you, and it's very, very fiery. I think this is all about following your inner passions more than anything else. It does play into the outside world, and I think this is why you can get passionate about things, passionate about being with other people, celebrating, going out for a meal or an evening, or just generally meeting people and doing stuff. On your in connection to the universe, this goes up. It does want to go out, but it does go up. I think the universe here is really helping you out. You've got the mutable energies that are going on here, which you know how to do, and you've got to play it by ear, but it does bring in quality rather than quantity within your life. On your past, this is also playing outwards. So I think you've decided what you want out of relationships, out of life, in regards to people that are around you, family, friends, and community. You've got a very good idea, and it's how do you apply it in life? How do you implement those ideas? And I think you've got to stick by what you've started already in regards to relationships. I wouldn't change things around too much if I was you. Get more sort of streamlining than anything else. And this future self here is dependent upon how you apply your past here. You've got that fixed fire that comes through there. And I think you've got to be consistent within the world around you. What's the messages that you get out for your relationship side, your emotional side of life? You know what makes you happy. No one else does. You can feel it inside you. And once you know that and feel it within inside you, then it's going to be, you've got to apply it. You know, don't apply the fact of trying to do everything for everybody else. And then, you know, you come last in the whole scenario. I would put yourself forward in all of this. On your karmic path here, yeah, there's a lot of fire going on. Let's get the 7 of Wands. This is what I'm saying. It's very obvious for you. It's revealing to you that you should be going after the pathway which is good for you. Stay strong and true to what you believe you should be living in the way of connection with people that are around you. Okay? On your, there you go again. The universe here is bringing you in the strength card. This is bringing you quality rather than quantity. If you stay true to your fire, your inner fire, your passions, and stay strong about it, you're going to get rid of all those sort of doubts, because you're going to get quality connections with certain people, not with everybody, but with certain people. And those are the bridges you need to be building around you. And it could be with one person, but whatever it is, it's your crowning glory that you should be. This is in your past here, and this is where I'm sort of saying it's very powerful. You know what you want. It is your crowning glory, is your victory, because it's from within you. You know what you want out of life, and you should be following those passions and using your fire, your passions for life in a very consistent way to get the good results. And in the future, it's going on to much calmer shores. And this is where you get the 6 of Wands, and it was playing into the Ace of Wands there. So I think what you've decided in the past you should stick to. It's going to take a little bit of time in order to get that fully into flow there. And I would just be a little bit wary of frustration in life. Try not to go too fast, but do enjoy life on your terms more than anything else. And look at that, out the top there, you get the 8 of Wands. A lot of communication needed in order to explain this. And this is where, by sticking by your guns, it may be a case that you have to explain to people around you how you feel about a situation, or how you want your relationship to develop, and etc. And I think you've got to be blatantly obvious with the outside world, so that there is no confusion about anything, without getting hot under the collar, as it were. But yes, allowing your passions to be constant, and allowing you to go after what you so desire. And that could be a relationship, or that could be groups such as friends, family, community. It's all about life, really, more than anything else, I think, for you this coming week. On your financial side, on your karmic path, this here is played into the past. It's really pushing into the past. So it's obviously something that you've developed in the past. It's giving you the direction of your future. It could be a job that you've changed. We've seen that in the past. Obviously that door that window of change is closing now for you. But it is, I would stick to the changes that you've already done within your life and give it a certain direction. With the universal energies, that plays out a lot more. It plays into the past. It's exploring certain avenues of how you can your emotional and your passionate engagement with life, and how you can how you can convert them into reality, and playing a little bit with it, not really putting all your eggs in one basket, but being strong and true to who you are. Your past self is playing into your karmic path, so it's almost as like, you've made this decision in the past, you're going to stick with it. And in your future self plays into that, plays into your overall energy. So it's how you engage with the world around you, and how you also how you connect with other people that are around you. And that's why you've got that air around you at the moment. And this is why you've got to be very attentive to little remarks, little things that are going on around you. But it's a very passionate thing that's coming in here. And it could be a very good passionate connection with another person or a group of people. The lessons to be learned out of this week here. I get this sort of sensation that you're watching people understand things that you already understand. Now, you could just sit back and allow them to come to the conclusion that kind of go, do you know what, we should be doing this? And you're kind of going, yeah, I know, I've been saying that for ages. And that could be within your career path, your business or whatever. And here is sort of saying here, I think, where you get that fixed earth that continues coming through from Taurus there, I think you should sort of, I think you need to tell people that, yeah, I already knew this. Look, guys, look, I've already done this. I've already done that. I'm a little bit ahead of the curve here. And this is where I think you can build up a bit of kudos in your life more than anything else. Wisdom. The wisdom of seeing both sides of the circle is with the Hermit card here. The Hermit has done a huge amounts of self-work. It's also, the Hermit has had to go through a lot to discover the ambitions of the real true ambitions of that person's life. And they are following it. They've got that star in that lantern there. They have those dreams and those aspirations that they want to, bring to the fore, and manifest within their life. And they're slowly but surely going about it. And that's why I think it was very vertical, the energy that you got there. In the universal energies, you get the King of Swords. You being you, standing by you, and in regards to other people. And this is where I was sort of saying, I think you need to tell people that people need to recognize how good you are. You tend to, hide your light underneath a bushel. But I wouldn't anymore here, Gemini. I would really get out there and allow it to shine. In your past self, you get the Knight of Pentacles. Yes, you've been working on this for some time. You've been planting these seeds in the past. So now all of a sudden where your strengths are really starting to lie within your business or your career path or your job. Or your projects, and you've been gradually building this over time, more than anything else. Yeah, in the future, you can turn disappointment into success. There's 3 cups at the base there that are spent. The wine has been lost, but there's 2 cups behind that person that is brings them totally in alignment with themselves. And I think this is where, I think the disappointment, and this is where it ties into the 3 cups here. It's basically people around you. You may feel like the people are stealing your ideas, and you've got to stand up and sort of say, I came up with this first, and you've got to hold your ground. I think in a very light and happy-go-lucky way, but I think you need to shine your light more than anything else, Gemini. Out the top there is that evident path. There's all these choices here, but there's only one cup that's giving you the good stuff, giving you the emotions. And I think that cup is you being in alignment with yourself and recognizing, recognizing the evident path that you should be following. And I think that evident path is you standing up and sort of saying, excuse me, sorry to say this, but I'd already got that down. What you're talking about here, I've already got the plan for. And I think this is where you could really bring in a lot of kudos within your life, a lot of sort of advancements within your financial world. Let's just go in with a bit of Light Seer's card here. This is about the influencing universe, the influencing energies from the world that is around you. On your relationship side, you get the Eight of Cups. Eight of Pentacles, sorry. No, Eight of Cups. Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, I think there's work. I think there's work within you. I think this is where you need to work with your passions. And as I said, you had that card and that fixed earth that goes around the inner part of your being here. And getting on doing work, getting on and advancing things will demand a little bit of communication in life. But you can, once you start applying that and really working towards what you want, I think you've already done the good work, and it's now how do you apply it in life. Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups with the Seven of Wands, and then you get the Ace of Swords that's in your past self. Yeah, I think basically you've got your crowning glory from within you, and this is all about sort of following your heart's desire. And it's on your karmic path to follow it. Put yourself first. Really put yourself first at the moment. Look at that. With the universe and the star and the strength card, you get the star card. Would have been nice if it came up with the hermit, but here is all about going after your dreams and aspirations, going after sort of the quality connections of the world that is around you, and being strong and true to how you want life to be lived. And it should be an absolute joy, really. In your past, you get, with that Ace of Swords, you get the Eight of Swords. I think here, and more than anything else, is that Eight of Swords there is sort of saying, do not rest on your laurels. Yes, you've done a great understanding that is within you, a very empowering understanding in regards to your happiness in life. And now it's a case of starting to implement it. And I think this Eight of Swords actually, it's to do with the Eight of Wands. Maybe the outside world is now waiting for you to communicate what you realize from within you, within your partnership. You may have come to conclusions about you and your partner and etc. And now it's a time to communicate that. Yeah, you need to head off into it's arriving. This is what this the Ace of Cups is all about down here, with the Seven of Wands. On this side here, on the future self, you get the Six of Swords with the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a marriage card more than anything else. The Four of Wands is a marriage card where it's a celebration of you coming together with a plan with another person. And it's getting there. You're gradually getting onto that calmer shores, because you should be following your heart, and you should recognize that that passion that is within you for life itself. And the communication is key here. Communicating with your partner, communicating with the people that are around you is absolutely key in order for you to get to your star card, your dreams and your aspirations. Look at that. You get the Ace of Swords. That's twice you get the Ace of Swords. And the funny thing is that here is the communication with the outside world. You get the Ace of Swords in your past and in your ultimate future. And with that sort of connection there, the freeing yourself up is because communication of that past, of how you've understood a situation, how you've understood how you could enjoy life, needs to be communicated with the people that are around you. And that will bring you the ultimate joy and the ultimate success. On your financial side, let's have a look with the Three of Cups. You get the Devil. He was upside down here. So I would follow your passions here and do not get this is what I'm sort of saying about the people sort of stealing your ideas here. I wouldn't allow people to do that. That's where the devil comes into play. The devil's in the detail, and I think you need to make it blatantly clear that you are the person for that job, or you are the business to take on those new contracts, or that is the project that's way ahead of the curve, as it were. And I think that's where you need to really communicate that. And definitely you get the Eight of Wands again, but this time it's with the Hermit. And it is communicating that the Hermit is a very good communicator as well. He's communicating a lot of his understandings that he's had to go through in order to get to the path that he should be doing. And that communication, it is within your karmic path to say that, to sort of say, no, I've already understood all of this, people. I can tell you how we're going to do it. And I think this is where you need to stand up and do it. In the connection to the universe and to everything that is around you, you get the Five of Wands with the King of Swords. This is all about you. This is all about how you use your fire. This is about you being the best example of yourself and defending your position. Defending who you are, I think, is really important. I think it's important for everybody that is around you. You've gone on this pathway, you've started planting those seeds, and I think you're starting to see things in a different light in regards to the world that is around you by actually standing up for yourself and sort of saying, no, I've got this covered. I know what I'm doing. And this will help to open doors of promotion, of business advancing and everything like that. With the Five of Cups, you get the Ace of Wands, all about passions here. And this is where they get that cardinal fire that's coming through this section here. This is where your own doubts that you may have about yourself, or disappointments of the past that you have in yourself, you do not want to sort of say to yourself, oh, well, it didn't work last time, it's not going to work this time. That's the difference you got to change. That's the out with the old and in with the new. And this is where you've got to allow your passions to be a driving force for you in the future. And it's going to become an evident path for you. You should be standing up, and it's evident that you should be standing up and playing smart. Look at that. 2 sevens out the top. 7 is for me, it's the number of revelation. It's revealing something to you, and you need to reveal it to the world how good you are, how smart you are, Gemini, and how you can apply that in the world around you. It looks really, really obvious to follow that emotional drive. If you can feel it within you, just go ahead and do it. It's really, really important, I think, more than anything else. So it could be incredibly good success on your financial side, but you need to stand up for yourself, stand up for, what you've already seen and the good quality work that you've already done. And on your relationship side, it's all about communicating that idea of happiness and what makes you feel completely at one and at joy with yourself. There you go, Gemini. Don't forget about the energy updates that we do during the week. That give you a heads up of how the energies or the elements that are changing in the world around you. It will help you to sort of be a very much more sort of on point in the way in which you push your life regarding whether it's the future or the past or so forth. So yeah, you'll need to be subscribed and click that bell so you get the notifications for it. Yes, I will see you soon. Thank you for all the support that you give to this channel for the YouTube system. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun. So please do enjoy.